Hey everybody, how are you guys doing today? My name is Nick, otherwise known here as Avialence, and welcome to Heroes of the Storm. This is actually a game I did not expect to be playing, but I did get access to the technical alpha late last week. I played a lot of Tyrael, who is a, frontline warrior type hero, and really got used to him and his playstyle, and I was interested in trying Arthas, and Arthas was on the free hero rotation this week. So this is actually my second game with Arthas. I've only played about 4 or 5 at this point in time, just because I haven't had a lot of time to sit down and play heroes this week. But, really enjoyable hero with a lot of amazing utility, and I love how it's built into his character as well. I'm a huge Warcraft fan, right? I think that's one of the biggest Blizzard titles for me because I've spent 7 years of my life playing it, right? I know the lore. I remember spending nights going through all the Wikipedias and stuff. So to get in and play as Arthas is a really cool scenario. And granted, we've always, all of us who've played World of Warcraft, rather, have always wanted to play as Arthas. I remember when private servers were a thing, right? And everyone wanted to go in, play as Arthas, and play as Illidan and things of that nature, and here we are in Heroes of the Storm, and they actually have a lot of the same animations and gear, which is really cool. So no, I've enjoyed playing as Arthas, but I am on a MOBA, and for those of you that have watched my commentary for quite some time, especially a lot of my Let's Plays and discussions where I do talk about the games I'm interested in and the projects I'm interested in working on, you guys are well aware that I'm not a fan of MOBAs. I had originally tried to play them back when League of Legends first came out. I was in high school at the time, and it wasn't too popular of a game. It's definitely not the global competitive phenomena that it is now, but my buddy Rob was a big fan of it, and he wanted to get me to play some League. So, naturally, I went ahead and I tried it. I actually played a lot of games with my buddy Rob back in high school. I remember going to the StarCraft 2 midnight launch with my buddy Rob, and we sat in line, had a good time, grabbed our copies of the game, and then we set up on his pool table with our, ghetto laptops. I've still got the thing in the other room. It was an old Gateway gaming laptop that honestly weighs just about as much as my tower does now, just because it was so heavy, and it had so much packed into it. But, I would sit for, days and play, StarCraft 2 with my buddy Rob. And, we were okay. We did all right. We held our own in the Bronze League. But now it's just, crazy. And I can't even believe that I used to be able to play a game like that. So, going back and going into League, I tried numerous times just because I wanted a game with some of my older buddies, right? I wanted a game with my buddy Rob, especially now that I actually live in a different state, and I wanted a game with some of my friends that really play the game. Another friend of mine, Chris, is a huge fan of it. He also enjoys Call of Duty and things of that nature. So, for me to get into MOBAs, I've always tried, mainly because of the social side of things, because I want to get into MOBAs, I wanted to play them, but it just really wasn't my play style of game. And I think Blizzard has changed my mind on that, namely because there are Blizzard characters in this game. So this is Heroes of the Storm. This is in technical alpha, and basically right now it's a, hey, are you lucky enough to get into the technical alpha, right? And one of the big points here is I finally was able to get into the technical alpha, and I've played many MOBAs. I've tried Dawngate. I've tried League of Legends multiple times for my buddies, as I just discussed. I've also tried playing Dota, just for the sake of trying it, right? And Dota 2 as well, and I could not get into any of these games. But Heroes of the Storm, I've found myself addicted to. I don't think I'm playing as much as a lot of people do when it comes to grinding and things of that nature, right? I know there's some people that are really hardcore into this game, grinding a lot of different material, trying to get to maximum level 20 so they can invite their friends. It's a deal that Blizzard currently has going on, and trying to pick up as many heroes as possible and complete all the dailies. And really what I've done is just, every 2 or so hours after I do a live stream or conclude a live stream for the last week, actually do a live stream or just conclude any type of event, whether it be a podcast, a meeting, things of that nature, I've hopped on Heroes for about 2 hours, and I've played a couple games, and that's what you guys are, watching right now, and I've thoroughly enjoyed the game. I don't know, well, I kind of understand why, right? Holy stuttering, I can't even get the point out here. It's been a while since I've done a commentary like this. But I think really the reason that I'm so focused on Blizzard's Heroes of the Storm and why I'm enjoying it so much is a lot more casual and easy to get into. And, similar to Hearthstone, because I did do a lot of Hearthstone on this channel way back when. It wasn't one of my most popular video series, but I thoroughly enjoyed playing Hearthstone. And over this past summer, I also did Hearthstone tournaments at my place, and we live stream a couple of them. And, many of you guys who watch my Twitch stream, also, I played against Hearthstone, played against you guys in a lot of Hearthstone over the summer. So I thoroughly enjoyed Hearthstone, and that is, arguably a casual Magic the Gathering. I've always wanted to learn Magic, but I've never had the time to do so, and I've heard it's a horrible addiction to get into. Not in a bad way, but a very good way. And, I started to think on it and be like, yeah, well, Hearthstone seems interesting. It's got the Blizzard heroes and stuff in it from World of Warcraft, so naturally I'm interested in playing the game. And I really feel that that is why I'm enjoying Heroes of the Storm so much. These are the Blizzard characters I loved and I grew up with. I mean, when I look back at my childhood, there's 3 main franchises I followed, right? 1, anything Blizzard, so StarCraft, Diablo, World of Warcraft. That made up a huge portion of my early childhood gaming. 2, Elder Scrolls, right? So Arena, Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, things of that nature. That's another huge portion. And then, of course, Fallout. And those are the 3 main franchises I followed. I would also argue that, there's like Call of Duty and a couple other ones in there, but those have really dropped off the map since the original Modern Warfare came out. I know Advanced Warfare came out this week. It's getting, pretty high praise, and I'm very interested in trying it, but I'll probably wait until next year when I can buy it, maybe for $10 off used. We'll see. Maybe it'll be on a Steam sale. Who knows? But, I'm interested in a lot of these games, and I think the reason that I'm so into, Heroes of the Storm in general is just because these are the heroes I grew up with. I mean, Arthas, I remember reading stories about him and books about him, and we've also got other heroes in here, like Tyrael, the Archangel of Jut. Like, come on, man. That is one hell of a character to play as, and it's just cool to finally have control of that character in this heroes thing. You have Raynor in here as well as Tychus, and each of their abilities feels really unique to that character and kind of brings back memories in a way. So it feels like nostalgia, and I know that sounds really weird, but I think that's the main reason I'm getting into Blizzard's Heroes of the Storm, because it is nostalgic in a way. I'm able to see all these characters that I've loved for most of my gaming career, play as all these characters in a casual MOBA, and while I'm typically not a fan of the MOBA genre, I gotta admit, this has definitely opened my eyes. I mean, I've watched a lot of League tournaments. I just watched the World Championships, GG on that one. That was some crazy stuff. But they're really intense and they're fun to watch, So I've watched a lot of the League competitive championships. And I've also watched some Dota events as well. Just because they're going on, they're the things that are happening at the time being. And there's some really cool events, and they put on a great show. I've got to admit, the esports scene has grown in a great way. But, that being said, I still wasn't able to get into these games. I enjoy watching all this, and I'm trying to figure out, what are these killstreaks and what are these things going on. And I got to tell you, after playing this game specifically, as well as a couple with Tyrael last week, I get it. I really do. It's so thrilling to play games like this and go on those kill streaks. I mean, when you're pushing back and your health's a little low and you're trying to take out multiple enemies, and then the fact that there's the level build up too, I mean, that's something I really never considered as far as like taking it into play goes. I mean, there's this level build up, right? Now, I know in Blizzard's Heroes of the Storm, your entire team is leveling up at the same time. So it's a shared XP pool, whereas I believe in League of Legends and Dota it is not. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not an expert on MOBAs. But, very surprising as far as that mechanic goes. And when I went into it and started realizing, like, the higher the level, the quicker, I guess the longer it's going to take for you to respawn, rather. My apologies on that one. But the longer it's going to take for your character to respawn. So if you're doing a massive push like the one we're doing now, and we plow through a wall, take down some turrets and some keeps, and end up slaughtering half the enemy team, there is a severe downtime that they're going to have to worry about, and it's one of the most intense things ever. It honestly reminds me of Call of Duty Search and Destroy, which is the only competitive game I've actually played. It was Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, the original, and we did 2v2 Search and Destroys, right? I believe we did a couple 3v3s and 4v4s, but me and my buddy were mainly focused on 2v2 when I was in my competitive days, right? And that was some intense stuff, because the second a player's down, you're at immediate disadvantage. You've got to clutch it and things of that nature, and it's really exciting to go into that. And, it's been a while since I've had that feeling, and this MOBA, Heroes of the Storm, has definitely inspired me to do that. Now, I'm not saying, I am going to be a huge proponent fan of MOBAs now. This has definitely opened my eyes in a good way, and I think, again, it's because I'm falling in love with those Blizzard characters. But that being said, I probably won't go into Dota, I probably won't go into League of Legends, but Heroes of the Storm is one of those games that I really feel I can play casually for quite some time, much like I did Hearthstone, and thoroughly enjoy it. So it's cool to have those clutch moments and get into those competitive battles. And personally, I've been playing a lot of cooperative mode, which is, 5 players versus the AI. And that's how it's been playing out so far, just to get a hang of the characters and figure out a character that's good for me, as well as level up a character to unlock all of their abilities. So that's the plan right now. I'm planning on playing a little bit of Versus, though, once I get into some dedicated teams. So, you know, maybe I'll do some live streams on this. If you guys haven't already, you know, go over and follow me on twitch.tv/AvialenceTV. I'll probably be live streaming some heroes over the weekend during my downtime, and I'd love to get some tips and hits from you guys. And if you're interested in gaming, that'd be the place to do it. So I will be playing as Arthas. I'm thoroughly enjoying playing as Arthas. I love his raised dead ability because you can use it to heal as well as basically summon a couple little minions by your side. And here you guys are going to see we're going to clutch it hard. So we get Uther, we got Diablo, and then we go ahead and do a run out here. I mean, there's a couple things though in heroes that I'm trying to figure out. One thing I didn't know, to be perfectly honest with you, is that the prices in this game are nuts, and apparently that's like typical of a MOBA. I was talking to my buddy Steven, and he was like, yeah, you know, characters are typically $8 and skins are anywhere from $8 to $12, and I was amazed. So that's definitely where they're making all their money. Like for me to buy Arthas, for example, I believe it's $8.50, and I was a little surprised by that, but you know, still interesting concept nonetheless. So I'm thoroughly enjoying Heroes of the Storm. I'll probably release, you know, 1 or 2 more commentaries on it, but I just wanted to sit down for a minute and talk with you guys about, you know, my entrance into MOBAs, because this is something I did not think would happen, and Heroes of the Storm has definitely kind of shown me the light. So I'll be playing a lot more Heroes of the Storm in the near future on my Twitch page. I'm not sure if I'll do, you know, much here on the YouTube channel because I'm by no means an expert, right? I do video game commentary. That's what I do. I don't analyze and talk various heroes and things of that nature, but I still think it'd be fun nonetheless. So regardless, guys, that's about it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and tell me if you guys are in Heroes of the Storm Technical Alpha. Are you enjoying it? Or if there's any sort of heroes or anything that you guys would like to see or hear me talk about with MOBAs, drop in the comments below, and I'll happily participate in the conversation, as well as possibly make a couple commentaries following that up. I'd love to answer some questions about MOBAs and also learn some MOBAs, so if you guys have any helpful tips that would help me out, it would be greatly appreciated. But anyway, I'll go ahead and let you guys watch the final few kills of this game and the ending. My name is Nick, otherwise known here as Avialence. Hope you guys had a good time, and if you did, hit that like button, as well as subscribe to the channel for gaming commentary on a weekly basis. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the storm.
Revel in your triumph.